Oftentimes people ask me what the worst part of being locked up was, and there's many a parts. In fact, the safe answer is all the parts sucked balls. Every single one of them, even the ones that were not completely awful, were fucking completely awful. That's right. Somehow that's a sentence that makes sense when you're in prison. But if I had to pick one thing that was the absolute friggin' pits, man. What would you think it would be?
Ants in a log?
It was not Thanksgiving ants on a log.
Hey, mommy.
But that is pretty shitty food to get on Thanksgiving.
Okay,
But anyway.
I thought that's what it was going to be. We were talking about ants on a log earlier, and he revealed that in Thanksgiving dinner, they would give ants on a log.
Ants on a log is an inexcusable offense to all mankind.
Yeah.
But no, it's not ants on a log. It's, what do you think, man? There's so many things to pick from.
I gotta say, the pooping, that would be my thing.
The pooping? Like
Poops.
pooping in public?
Yeah, homie.
Yeah, homie, you'd be dead.
Plus, I got the wiping technique.
You'd be fucking dead in prison, to be honest with you. Your poops are, like, the worst, dude. Like, damn, you leave some streaks on there that take, like, pumice to get out of the fucking porcelain. Like, damn, homie.
Well, I got.
And then that toilet paper game you got going on is not because we don't have a septic system where you can flush the toilet paper. That's right. We're steps behind prison. So you got to put it in a fucking trash can, So your toilet paper game is god awful, dude.
Right. This is not a dissection of my pooping.
I'm just saying that given your poop habits, definitely be dead in prison. But no, it's not the pooping in public. I actually got over that pretty quick.
Damn, homie, I wouldn't get over that shit.
I don't give a fuck, dude. I leave
straight hang myself.
I leave the door open pooping now. Your shit.
I feel like I would instantly hang myself in prison with toilet paper.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Well, if you poop on it, it'd be tensile strains would be amazing.
Yeah,
but no, it has nothing to do with poop or asses or toilet paper. I'll give you another guess and then I'll reveal what it is. Riveting.
It has nothing to do with dings, does it?
No dings.
Damn, homie, what is it then? Heat.
The heat's pretty awful, but it's not that. And let me tell you, we were in some ovens in there. The buildings are made of fucking not steel, but I guess aluminum, whatever the fuck. It's some form of metal, anyway. And let me tell you, boop. It's hot. Why? Because there's no AC. The ventilation is literally one of like those big ass fucking warehouse, fans. And there's only one, maybe two if you're lucky. And if you're not in the direction of that fan, that's it. You didn't get any air. And by the way, those fans just circulate the heat. So you're living in a convection oven in prison. They have to do like temperature checks every now and then. They're legally required to, at least where I was. And one of the times the guard came in, did his temperature check, and we asked him, hey, what's the temperature in here? 145. Whoop.
Pretty good.
Stinky.
Could cook some mean pigs in a blanket at least.
It was horrible, dude. But anyway, no, it was not the heat. But here's what it was: the worst thing in prison. One murder, one rape, one horrible butt-related things, like in the shower and stuff. You'd think it'd be the same as the butt rape in there, but no, there's other things going on in the shower. It wasn't fights.
It wasn't ants in a log.
It wasn't not ants in a log. It wasn't being away from the family and all that stuff. It was. All those things are horrible. But the one thing that actually stands a little bit above all those horrible things is diesel therapy. The pits. Now, I know what you're thinking.
You guys see Vin Diesel movie?
Yeah, yeah.
Damn,
I know what you're thinking.
Bad.
What the fuck is diesel therapy? Well, diesel therapy is just slang, prison slang for a particular thing that happens. Now, I didn't come across this this phrase until about my third year in. And when I was on my way to a different unit, because they move you around a lot in prison. and I was on my way to another different unit, and I hated every second of it, right? And everybody on the bus is miserable and all this shit. But anyway, people also talk on the bus, and there was this convict on there on his way towards a max security prison, and he was talking to other people that were gonna go there, you know, because you got all kinds mixed in, you know. They drop some off there, they drop some off here, whatever. And this guy lets another convict know that he thinks they're giving him diesel therapy. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And you know, I mean, they're right there, so I'm listening to the conversation. I'm not like this, but you know, I can hear them because they're talking. And after much conversation, I figured out exactly what he meant, and immediately I agreed. Diesel therapy is the idea that the prison system begins to curb your behavior by submitting you to constant movement in the system. And the movement in the system is carried out by bus. So you're transported from unit to unit by a bus. And those transportations take abnormally long periods of time. What would normally be, say, like a 2-hour ride for a normal fucking person in a car, on the fucking prison Bluebird, it could take a week to get from point A to B. Let me put it this way: on my way home, where I was to the place that they dropped me off, it was literally, in a normal vehicle, a 7-hour drive, which is a lot. But you could do that in a day, because a day has 24 fucking hours.
Yeah.
Guess how long it took me to get from where I was supposed to go from where I was?
A week.
2 weeks and a half.
Yeah.
2 fucking weeks and a half on a bus, stopping every now and then to sleep in a different unit, in a different prison, in a different security level, in different surroundings, all that stuff. So diesel therapy is the idea that certain troubled prisoners are constantly moved around and basically made to feel so much discomfort that they'll just settle down and be like, yo, man, I'm just going to stay at my next unit, behave, and stay at my next unit. And let me tell you, if that theory is correct, I don't know if it is, prisons do some weird shit. And it is fucking insane that they take so long to get from point A to B. So it's possible that that's a thing. I don't know. But if it is, and I was a problem fucking criminal, I would be like, fuck this shit. I'm behaving super good.
Super effective?
Yeah, because, dude, that is the fucking pits. Alright? It's already bad enough that you're in a place you don't want to be. And that every new place you land in, you have to relearn the rules, relearn how to navigate that particular place, and who's in charge, and all that shit, and learn how to survive again, and all that jazz. That's bad enough already. But in prison, any sense of stability is a fucking anchor that's indispensable. To have that ripped out from under you, and then put on a bus, and then carried around in the heat or cold with zero to little discomfort, shackled to someone, constantly moving, having your property, scant as it is, put in the hands of prisoners that'll steal it, living in the worst of conditions, because when they put you in, when you stop for a day break, for the, you know, the night, if you will, they put you in the part of a prison where you're separated from the GP, because anybody that's moving in the system can theoretically be somebody that's going home. So if they put you in GP, then people want to kill you because you're going home. So they put everybody that's moving in that bus in the system. If there's one guy going home, everybody's going in.
GP? Gay people?
No, general population.
Oh.
So they put, although that also fits, but they'll put you in a section of the prison that's fucking dilapidated, unsanitary as shit. You know, it's horrible. Although I did stop in an old school red brick unit that they put me in GP, and by me I mean everybody that was with me too. But anyway, and that was weird, man, because we were literally amidst lifers and shit like that, And the only thing the guards told us was, yeah, just don't tell them you're here for the night only. Cut to 3 days later. All right, time to leave.
Yeah, mommy.
So I was living with a rat in my little fucking cell. I got lucky enough to have a cell by myself.
A rat as in a mouse?
Yeah, as in a mouse.
Rodent?
He did not give a shit, dude.
Flip the rat?
Dude, he would not give a crap. He wouldn't give a flip, if you will. The rat was.
He just hang. Was he? Did you call him Rati?
Yeah, he was hanging dong on the toilet and shit.
Damn, homie, hanging pink.
Yeah, he was literally just sitting on the toilet lid at night looking at me. I was like, what is this? Anyway, the instability, the feeling of not knowing where you're going or how you're, all that sucks. But the worst part is how uncomfortable it is. I'm sure you all remember if you went to school in a public bus or just a bus in general. Well, really a public bus because charter schools and shit like that get good buses. But, you know, that's what they use in prison. They just repurpose those school buses and somehow make them worse. If you remember those school buses, they have these very tight, uncomfortable, like, bench seats. Well, the prison buses have hard fucking seats. All the seats that are in a standard, school bluebird are taken out, and they're replaced with these hard seats, and you literally barely have room to fit into these seats. Now, I say that, and you're looking at me, and you're like, well, look, you're a fat lard. But I wasn't a fat lard then. And there was way, way smaller people than me that were in equal discomfort. You're just jammed into this tiny space, and you're shackled to someone the whole fucking time. And it's so, there's no fucking, what do they call that shit on the fucking buses? I mean, on any vehicle. So that, your fucking shit doesn't bounce around all the time. If I was a car guy, I could tell you.
Suspension?
Yeah, suspension. There's no suspension on these motherfucking things. So you're literally bouncing constantly in the heat, in this horrible cramped space, shackled to someone that clearly doesn't like you, and vice versa. If you're lucky, you'll get a cool guy that's like, homie, I understand, we're on the same boat, whatever. But, if you have to piss or shit, God forbid that should happen, you have to do it in front of everyone on a moving bus in a toilet that's installed in the bus, which, by the way, if you sit on it, is splashing all this shit up onto your anus, and they don't unshackle you for that. So if your wiping hand is the shackled one, guess what? You're going to have a hard time wiping. But anyway, it's misery, dude, and it's so long, and you'd think that stopping at a unit to rest for the night would be comfortable, but no, all you're thinking the whole time is, God damn it, I have to survive this night, and I don't know who I'm going to end up in a cell with, and fuck, man, can't we just get to the place already? Why is this taking fucking so much? It's the worst, dude, it's the worst. I can't stress that enough. The weeks before I got out, that just cemented it for me. That was like, don't get me wrong, I had made this obvious choice the moment it all went down. I was like, yep, if I survive this, never gonna fucking ever intentionally do something to end up back here again. But that last trip was like, homie, it just shocks me that people intentionally end up back in there after shit like that. Like, dude, this is the worst. This is fucking mierda. It was so shitty that it overwhelmed the sort of kind of peace that I had once I got to the final unit after 2.5 fucking weeks of travel that should have taken one stinking day. Finally got to that last unit. I knew that was the last unit before I would leave, and I got to rest another 2.5 weeks there, alone, by myself, in a cell for the first time by myself in a long time. And that should have been comfort, but all I could think of was, fuck, I have to take a bus home. Not realizing that, realizing, mind you, that it was a Greyhound bus and wouldn't be as uncomfortable. But just the thought of stepping on a bus was enough to make me want to vomit. It's the worst, dude. It is the fucking worst. I was gonna say I would rather see someone stabbed than that, but of course I wouldn't. But I saw people die in prison or get hurt very badly, and that's horrible. And it sucks. Even if they're shitty people, you're like, damn, homie, this is the pits. Somehow that's better than the diesel therapy, dude. And there's people that are constantly on the move because they're so, ill-behaved. That I'm like, how do you do this, man? I guess they're just used to it. I don't know, but I can't imagine ever getting used to that. It's the fucking pits. So that would be my fucking answer, man. The stinking pits. Onion stinking armpits, man. Anyway. Vin pits. That's literally the worst thing about prison. And that says a lot because, as aforementioned, everything fucking sucks. Major donkey balls. Even the good moments, quote unquote good moments, you're still in prison. It still sucks. So there you have it, man. Let us know what you think about that. Bad. But what is this constant
My ass hurts.
Why?
Because I'm fat.
So
sitting too long on a flat seat hurts my culo.
See, now you know what diesel therapy feels like. Now imagine that for fucking hours on end.
Exactly.
Weeks and weeks on end.
You should be more compassionate towards my asshole instead of going, what is this?
No, I was wondering what the hell that was. You're moving like them, what's it called? The Weeble Wobbles?
That's a thing. What the hell's a Weeble Wobble?
Weeble Wobble, a little Weeble Wobble.
No, I don't know what the hell a Weeble Wobble is.
You know what a Weeble Wobble is?
Why the hell would I know what a Weeble Wobble is?
I don't know. Everybody knows what a Weeble Wobble is.
What the hell's a Weeble Wobble?
Question of the year. Do you know what a Weeble Wobble is? If you do, let us know in the comments down
below. Is it
below.
one of those worm things?
No, it's not a worm thing.
What the hell are those worm calls?
What the hell are those worm calls?
What are those worms called?
I don't know. Wormius?
Oh, yeah.
Right? Anyway, let us know what you think about that. Weeble Wobble edition.
What the hell's a Weeble Wobble?
One day you'll know. Anyway, we're out, guys.
Weeble.